Hello everyone. On Friday I posted a picture and I called it the hijack. Today I just want to elaborate a little bit more about what that means to me. Perimenopause feels as an uninvited guest that just decided to stick around. Some days are good, some days are absolutely horrendous. To describe it a little bit, I can tell you about a day I had last week. I was feeling okay during the day. I was somewhat productive. I think even I cleaned, which some days can be very hard. And then I went into the car and I was going to pick up my kid from school. I'd driven maybe 100 meters away from my house when suddenly the imposter syndrome, which is basically you feeling that you're lying to everyone, or you're not good enough, or you can't do what you're doing, and hit me so hard that it became an obsessive thought. It nearly paralyzed me, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm not even good enough to be myself. I picked up my kid. I managed to calm down. On the way home, it dawned on me that I hadn't done the groceries. How do you forget to do the groceries? The one kind of chore that was on the menu that day. I drove her home, teary, because I was so disappointed in myself. And I felt like a tightness in my chest. And I was like, okay, let's just paddle through this. Let's just do this. I dropped her home. I drove to the grocery shop. It was lashing down. My stress hormone, I don't know, it was off the roof. And I was starting to shake. I started to be sweaty. I started to be, tighten my breath. I tried to breathe myself calm. But in the moment, it's hard to switch. It's hard to recognize as well. It's hard. It's like something is going on in my body that I have zero control over. Then I parked outside the grocery shop, visited, angry at myself for not even remembering that I had a course, and why on earth would I drive to the shop to go and buy groceries when I had 5 minutes left of course. I started bawling my eyes out. And I drove home empty-handed, and I cried all the way home. I think the cars that was next to me when I was waiting for a green light, and they're thinking, what on earth was happening to that crazy lady? Not that anybody cares or ever looked, but you get conscious. I parked the car outside my house and I cried again, and I sucked it in and I walked inside shaking, and I felt more and more panicky. My husband stood there idle, like, what on earth is happening? And I'm like, I'm not in charge. When you have difficulties breathing, it feels like your skin is moving because the blood is flowing so roughly and so fast. I talked to my daughter about it afterwards, just so she has an understanding that when this happens, it's not her. And she just said, it's fine, Mom. It was just a stranger visiting again. A stranger. I read somewhere that in the UK they made a survey. They asked 1,000+ women that were going through menopause, and 7 out of 10 said that it caused troubles in their marriage and with their relations, not without reason. You don't know how to handle yourself. Your partner is clueless, doesn't know how to support, or doesn't want to be with that person anymore that you suddenly turn into. But we have to remember that this is a phase, and it too shall pass. It just takes a while to figure out what your body needs now. And the progesterone and the estrogen are dipping. But I really, really want to come back to myself. And that's what this journey is about. And I will. I'm just not there yet. But there's a promise there in the yet. At some point, this will all be behind me. And I hope everyone else who's going through something similar, that you have somebody to talk with, that you have a doctor that listens, and also that you listen to yourself, listen to what your body needs, and that you're in some kind of acceptance that this is what's happening right now, and know that you will come back to yourself, or maybe not yourself, but a new version of yourself, better, more robust, more knowledgeable. This is our bouquet of life. There are roses, and even roses have thorns, but they're still beautiful. Take care, everyone.